Mohamed Salah and Curtis Jones have spoken out. They've both released statements in the last hour during the FA Cup final. And I'm going to go through them both with you now and see what you think to this bombshell. Mohamed Salah, his statement on Instagram, says the following. I have witnessed this club go from doubters to believers, from believers to champions. It took hard work, and I always did everything I could to help the club get there. Nothing makes me prouder than that. Us crumbling to yet another defeat this season was very painful and not what our fans deserve. I want to see Liverpool go back to being, and this is the biggest statement, most controversial line in this statement, I want Liverpool to go back to being the heavy metal attacking team that opponents fear and back to being a team that wins trophies. Now, the heavy metal attacking team statement there is a clear and obvious shot at Arne Slot, and he's clearly and obviously referenced a famous Jurgen Klopp quote, heavy metal football. He then goes on to say, this is the football that I know how to play, and that is the identity that needs to be recovered and kept for good. It cannot be negotiable, and everyone that joins this club should adapt to it. So not only is he having a shot at Arne Slot there, he's saying that the identity needs to be recovered. And me and Doyle, every Liverpool fan this season has been talking so much about identity, traditions that we've lost. But then he says that everyone who joins the club should adapt to it. So not only sending shots at Arne, you're bigging up Jurgen Klopp, you're saying the standards have fallen off. There's been a lot of talk about standards in the gym, on the pitch. And then you're saying that every summer signing basically hasn't adapted to it. He says winning games, some games here and there, and that is what Liverpool have done this season, winning games here and there. That is not what Liverpool should be about. All teams win games. Liverpool will always be a club that means a great deal to me and my family. I want to see it succeed for long after I've moved on. As I've always said, qualifying for next season's Champions League is a bare minimum, and I'll do everything I can to make that happen. I mean, to make this statement now before the game, Mo, and again, we talk about timings whenever Mo Salah has spoken out this summer and this season, this campaign that has been awful. For him to say that the week before a Champions League shootout, really, to see who gets it next week, again, the timing could be so much better. And then if that wasn't bad enough, however you want to read into this, read into it. But Andy Robertson so far, Kirkes, Soboslai, Frimpong, Jones, and we'll get on to his statement in a second, Elliot, Wataru Endo and Jordan Henderson have all liked the post. There's been comments on the post from Hugo Ekitike as well. And again, this season, only at the start of May, Mo Salah said, I want that standard in the club. It's very important for the team to keep winning things, and it's the main concerns for me. Again, there's people online here saying the Salah post before the biggest game of our season to make sure we at least get Champions League absolutely stinks. This is a reason why Jurgen Klopp never had him nowhere near the captaincy. That's scathing shots there. Mo Salah over everyone, always and forever, Adam Rowe. But then Sam says Salah just needs to leave now. He's taken his drop-off so badly. All these jibes at the players, the club, the coach and the hierarchy is embarrassing now. Heavy metal was both sides, if he remembers. Mo asked Slot if he could be one way, which is what he fell out with Klopp over. That's another opinion there. So look, there's so much to take out of this, and I think there's a few shots there definitely fired at Arne Slot when you talk about the identity being lost, the heavy metal football. We almost don't have an identity, a style at the minute that we can say, well, that is the Liverpool style, that is the identity. And last night, again, we talk about timing of it, to release these statements the day after that performance last night is just, again, it's just not helping the situation, is it? Curtis Jones, minutes after Mo Salah's message online, he has tweeted himself, and again, Curtis Jones, rumours of him potentially leaving in the summer as well. He says, thank you for your continued support in a disappointing season. It's way off the standards expected at this football club. And And I think that was maybe 8 minutes after the Mo Salah statement. So there must have been some kind of prior communication. Are you going to drop yours? I'll drop mine. This one is very much to the point. The key line is it's way off the standards expected. And again, this is almost, are the players protesting here? Are we going to see more coming out from more players across the rest of this season? I did see as well a message here that apparently there might be some kind of emergency meeting. It was Indy Kyler, and it said Mike Gordon is the president of FSG, which owns LFC. He's called for an emergency SOS meeting, and we understand that he will take the lead role over Arne Slot's future at LFC. The situation has reached boiling point. What do you make of the timing of what Mo said? What do you make of the context of what Mo said? And what do you make of him sending direct shots to Arne Slot, the hierarchy, some of the new signings as well? He must have sat on this for some time, I think, to write a statement like that. Maybe it was fresh after the defeat last night. Maybe he sat on it a little bit today, a little bit more. Chris Williams on Twitter here says, Salah isn't airing Liverpool's dirty laundry in public. There was an unwashed load pegged out on the line at Villa last night. Players are entitled to speak, especially when they've won as much as he has. And again, Liverpool have, according to Paul Joyce, continued to stand behind Arne Slot and are planning a pivotal summer transfer window with Hughes and Edwards to address the design faults in the squad, which persist despite spending 450 last year. He's one of our greatest players ever. He set the standards, what he's seen to reach the level. He sees what we don't. He knows the levels behind the scenes and he's calling them out. Call it unprofessional or not, but the Liverpool way, he is right. Hendo as well getting in on the action as well when it comes to liking and whatnot. I don't know where we even go with this. I really don't. Again, there's some kind of internal explosion for me. It looks like he has lost the dressing room. And I said it on our reaction video last night. You know, if you tell us as supporters to almost get behind the idea that next season will be very different, if we don't see how it's going to be different, then how can we possibly wildly, blindly support it? As fans, you have every right to question the direction of the football club, the intentions, the levels that have dropped. And if we're being told that, don't worry, next season it will be a lot better. But what we're seeing since January 2025, by the way, in style of football, losing games very easily, conceding late goals, not our identity, we do the opposite. We've seen that since January 2025, people. We've seen that since the Plymouth game last season. And then what we've seen over the last 15 months, it's like, based off of that, we should all get round the fire and believe that we're all in this together and we're all pulling in the right direction. I think it's now got to the point where it is almost boiling point. I don't think there's anything now, in my opinion, that Arne Slot can do to almost win back the dressing room. These are direct shots, professional or unprofessional. They are what they are, direct shots at the management, the hierarchy, players. To do that in a week where you need to win a game to get in the Champions League, you have to question the timing of it. But if Mo feels like this is what needs to be said, he sees what goes on behind the closed doors, then as fans, he must know better than us. So if he's saying that and all the fans are saying it as well, then we definitely agree on that. It stinks of a player protest to me. It stinks of a player protest. And as things stand, I just cannot see how this manager goes forward with it anymore. But there you go. There you go, people. Smash the like button, get your comments in. What does this mean for the rest of the season? We've only got one game left. I'm in a suit, so I'm off to a wedding, and I just did the Champions League FA Cup final here on DR Sport, so I thought I might as well stay in the seat and do this video as well. But what is happening in Liverpool Football Club? We're allowing this to go on, and this is the result of it. People are, you know, ready to speak out against the system right now. And it's Mo Salah and Curtis Jones that have done it. Two players that could potentially be, well, Salah's definitely leaving, as we know, playing his last game for Liverpool next Sunday. And Curtis Jones is probably going to leave Liverpool as well, from what I think this summer. So there you go. Nothing really ever comes good from an internal kind of speaking out situation like this. It's not the Liverpool way, but can you disagree with what he said. That's where it's a tough one for the fans. Again, you're asking us to decide who are we with, the players or the manager or the club, and it's just not Liverpool, what's happening today. But I do agree with what he said as well. And the club are just not going to consider Arne Slot or his job and bringing Alonso, are they? They're just not going to do it. Anyway, like I said, smash the like button, get your comments in. We'll see you on the next video.